Calling the Bristol 2-meter net, calling the Bristol 2-meter net. Net control this evening is Kilo 4 X-ray Mike November. Name is Chris, located in Bristol, Tennessee. This net meets each Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the 146.667 repeater. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, the National Traffic System, and the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. All amateurs are welcome to check in. At this time, do we have an emergency or priority traffic? Please call. Do we have any information for the National Traffic System? Please call. Do we have any announcements or bulletins for that? Please call.
N4NT.
4NT, go ahead.
Hey Chris, just a couple of quick announcements. Just a reminder of the upcoming meeting Thursday night. We are still doing the on-the-air meeting. I actually got a email from the hospital today canceling the use of the room for this month, which we were anticipating. They are not telling us anything beyond that so far. Now I do need to contact them and see what they'll say, but I'm not real immediately concerned about it because we usually cancel the July meeting anyway because of field day. Also, speaking of field day, be sure and check the newsletter. There's some information about how it's going to work this year, and Ben may be on a little bit later to elaborate a little bit more, but basically it's going to be an operate from home situation, and the guidelines and so forth are in the newsletter and on the ARRL website. But again, reminder of the meeting Thursday at 7. I will be on the air around 6:30 or so and start building the early check-in list. Back to you, Chris, N4NT.
Sounds good. All right, do we have any other announcements or bulletins for the net? Please call. At this time, we'll be taking check-ins from any mobile or portable stations. Mobiles or portable?
WE4AWJ, Emmett Portable, Bristol.
KF4FHY, Kevin in Bristol, in and out, please.
Got W4AWJ and KF4FHY. Emmett, do you want to stick around for a minute or make comments now?
Stick around.
In just a minute. Any other mobiles or portables? We'll go ahead and we'll open the floor for all check-ins.
Net control, please check in Kilo Delta 4 Whiskey Mike X-ray, KD4WMX, Canada, Southwest Virginia.
Net control, please check in KD4 CCO, Dallas, Bristol.
Net control, please check in N4XRD, Ralston, Chilhowie.
N4HRD.
November 4 X-ray, Romeo Delta.
Ralph, right?
Roger, Ralph.
16, just a minute. Any other check-ins?
Net control, please check in
Bliss City. In and out, please.
I had a double there. Somebody try it again.
N4NT for my regular check-in.
Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Juliet Sierra, Steve in Bliss City. That's KO4 CJS. In and out, please. Control.
I got you in there. Appreciate you checking in there, and got you in there too, Adam. Any other check-ins before we go back for comment? All right, let's go back up to the top of the list. WE4AWJ, how you doing, Emmett?
Well, good evening, Chris, and everybody on the net, everybody listening in. This is WE4AWJ. Oh, I'm just hanging in there. It's been a busy week. Glad for the pretty weather. I got some painting I finally got done, and other things like that. Probably going to finish mowing again. And looks like 20 has settled back down, so it's went back down, so I've quit talking. Other than that, that's pretty much it with me. Hope everybody has a good night, 73, and we'll hope to see you Thursday night. This is WE4AWJ back to net.
Appreciate you checking in there with us. 73, hope you have a good evening there. All right, after Emmett, we had KF4 FHY Kevin, who was in and out. Let's go down to KD4 WMX. How you doing, Ken?
Well, good evening, Chris. Appreciate you picking up a nap. This is KD4 WMX in quiet Lodi. And it is quiet. And it was a beautiful day today and yesterday. Of course, I'm sure it's going to get hot, but that's par for the course. But don't worry about the snow for a while, and that's a good thing. And hope everybody's having a good week, and stay safe, and we'll turn it back to net control, saying 73, this is KD4, WMX clear.
Appreciate you checking in there with us. 73, hope you have a good evening there. All right, let's go to KD4 CCO. How you doing, Dallas?
Hello, Chris, and everybody on the net. Good to hear you over here tonight. You're sounding good, as always. It's like it was said earlier, that it was a pretty warm day, but the humidity wasn't so high, so it didn't feel all that bad. I fiddled around here at the house, did a few things, working on some computer stuff right now, so I guess that's about it for over here. Looking forward to field day, see what we can figure out to do different than what we've been doing. So back to net control. This is KD4 CCO.
Hey Dallas, appreciate you checking in there with us. 73, hope you have a good evening there. All right, let's go down to N4 XRD. How you doing, Ralph?
Good evening, Chris. Doing fine. I trust you're well. Good to hear everybody on there, all the usual suspects. Have been enjoying the nice weather, as everyone's mentioned, and it's 74 degrees down here in my basement. That's the highest for this year so far. Look forward to the time when maybe I can attend one of your meetings when y'all have a meeting again in person. And for XRD, back to you, Chris.
Ralph, appreciate you checking in there with us. 73, hope you have a good evening there. Alrighty, let's go down to N4NT. How you doing, Adam?
Yeah, good evening, Chris, and everybody on the net. Doing pretty good, just getting settled back in. Worked the last couple of days after being in Myrtle Beach all week, and enjoyed the benefits of being able to take this FT3DR with me and talk back using the digital side of the 6.7 repeater, and actually got to check into the digital net and stuff from the beach, sitting on the balcony at the hotel, and had a good time. Got a little sunburn, but yeah, the kids had a great time and wanted to stay, and that was good. But anyway, back to the regular grind, and just another quick reminder of the meeting Thursday night, and like I said, the hospital sent me an email there today, as a matter of fact, saying that the usage of the room in June was canceled, which I anticipated that anyway. And something to think about, and we're a couple months away from our next meeting after this one, since we canceled July because of field day. But it may be possible that the hospital stays on restriction a little longer than other people because of the patients and so forth inside. Let me reset. So the whole state may be opened back up completely by whenever, whereas the hospital may have to stay. I don't know this to be a fact. I'm just throwing an idea out there. So come August, when our next meeting is going to be scheduled after this one, if they're still not allowing us to use their facilities, something to think about, and we can get together and try to figure out, is see if there's an alternate place that we could meet. There's always a possibility of a restaurant or something like that. We could have a few eating meetings or something like that up until we can get back into the hospital. There's even the possibility, if depending on how they're operating and if they'll book us, Food City, where we're having the December meeting, has groups that meet there on a monthly basis. Obviously we'd have to pay for a meal each time we go and that kind of thing. But just throwing that out there, and so everybody kind of give me your feedback at some point, and just let me know what you think. If we're faced with that, we might get lucky and the hospital may say come on back by then. But yeah, the field day thing, just a quick synopsis about that is basically the ARRL has modified the rules to where one Delta stations can contact each other and it count for a contact. Let me reset again. So what that means is we can operate from home and we can contact other stations doing the same thing. We would operate using our own call signs and band privileges, and compile a log and submit that log. I think there's and I'll have to look, maybe we can send that information out with on the email, but there's a place where you can submit your logs and it gets counted and compiled, and just enter the club name correctly, which we've added to the newsletter, and they'll compile a total score for the club. So as disappointing as it is to not be able to meet in person, and we certainly enjoy that part of it, there is an element of an excitement there to just kind of see what we can do with our own stuff and operate during that contest period. And Ben put his phone number and stuff in the newsletter and said, hey, if anybody has any questions or anything, call him. Same goes here. Give me a call if there's anything I can do to help you to set up a log. If you can download several free logging programs and log everything as you go. If you have any issues as far as submitting it, Ben or I or a few others can either help you get it done, or you can send it our way and we can submit it for you. It's doesn't matter. But anyway, I'll turn it back over to Net Control and hope everybody has a good evening. Reminder of the Fusion Net after this one. It's N4NT.
And appreciate you checking in with us. 73. Hope you have a good evening there. All right, after Adam, we had KO4CJS Steve. He was in and out. That brings us down to the bottom of our list. Do we have any other check-ins for the Bristol 2-meter net? Please call. Any other check-ins? Okay, we had a total of 7 check-ins tonight, so with that, we'll go ahead and we'll return the 146.67 repeater back over to general amateur use and close tonight's net. This is K4XMN 73.